That's
Yeah.
it. Fuck, man. Fucking life, bro.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is another episode of the Hardwood Knuckleheads, and normally, we come in here and we got the music going, and we laughing and giggling. But today's episode, honestly, you know, me and Garnett being former lumberjacks. We got hit with some tough news recently, and so we gonna talk about it, and we're gonna see where it goes from there. But this episode won't be too long. We just for everybody out there, like I said, Garnett and I we played at NAU, Northern Arizona University. We're very proud of that. And for our era during the time that I was there, and then Garnett following me, and then even prior to myself being there, um, we had a good, strong brotherhood, and so it's tough right now for me to tell everybody that, especially all of our NAU brothers, that we've got a brother in Mike McNair that's currently in hospice, and things aren't looking so good, and so we today's episode, I kind of wanted to talk about Big Brother Mike. Um, who was a friend to us both, and we both have some stories about Mike, and it's tough coming out for the holiday, and all of us, being with our families, and so this episode is going to be about Mike and some of our interactions. Obviously, the game takes us places and gets us to meet people who make an impact on our lives, and so this is tough, man. So it's good to see you, brother. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving with your family. I hate to start off the episode with the somberness, but it's real, and it yeah, I don't know what else to say, man.
Yeah, that's the thing about that's like one of those shit, man. It's one of those things about life, though. You know what I mean? Like you just you don't ever know, like when times are going to come up, or when like times are going to get tough or whatever. It's just you hear the stuff all the time about the hold your loved ones and call them and tell them that you love them and do all this, and whew, and like it does, it don't ever really hit, or it hits a lot harder when you get something like this. Somebody that was like, a little bit, somebody, just anytime when it's somebody that or somebody that's close to you, or somebody that is, like they got families, and, and things like that. It always just strikes just a different chord, because you can't do nothing but hurt, man. You know what I mean? Like it's oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was tough today.
So Mike, for everybody out there, Mike, he played prior to my arrival. I believe his last year was 98. He played on another one of our Big Sky Championship teams. They got to go and play in the tournament. Mike could go, man. Anybody who knows Mike, Mike could go, and then he also would let you know about it. Like,
man, that man can talk some trash, boy. Oh man, he get under my skin a few times at open gyms. Like, dog, like oh man,
yeah, and but I mean, it's looking back at it, like, again, that period of those 3 or 4 years with those guys, like we competed so hard, and we got after each other, and talk smack, and just go after you. But we was all there to make each other better. And I remember, even after, when I arrived, he was around, and trying to talk and push us to be better. And like, even the 99 year when we won the Big Sky title, I remember him being around a ton. We would go out, and we would, he would celebrate with us. And so he was, and I don't want to sit here and act like we were super close, because me and Mike, we were close, but we, like, there's other guys that, the previous teams that were a lot closer. Right. And I know this is hitting even harder for them.
Mm-hmm.
I got closer to Mike here in the last couple of years, watching, him go through some of the battles he was going through, and on top of that, being a dad, because his son was about to graduate. He's currently playing at Boston University.
Yeah, right. Boston.
He could play too. I mean, he could go. His son could play, and where he got it from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
right.
Like,
right.
Which it just breaks my heart, because like you want him to see his son. You want him to be able to see his son, thrive and go through some of the things that we went through. So it's just tough, because now we're both coaching our kids, and like you say, you just don't know, and so you try to value all those moments you have with your kids.
Right.
But man, tell everybody the story. Tell everybody the story about Mike, man.
Like McNair. So I was even, like I came in later, even after you guys, because you guys played that 99, 2000 year when you guys made it to the tournament. And so then I came in 2001. So that's when I got there, right? So I was in there 01. And I remember first, I can remember my senior year of high school driving down to Flagstaff like once or twice a week. I used to do open gym with you guys, if you remember that. I used to come and play with you guys open gym on certain days and stuff. And that was the first couple of times that like I met Mike, because again, he was always around, right? And so and again, they always seemed to be around a lot more when the recruits were around. You know what I mean? Almost kind of like one of those ones where it was like like you brought them around to see if they could handle what was, like what it was going to be like to play at that level and stuff. And I remember being there, and the first time I met him, I thought he was still on the team. Shit, the way he moved, the way he talked, the way he could still handle it, like you're like, oh man, like I'm gonna have to go against this guy for a spot, and then you realize that he wasn't on the team, that he was there before. And so that's when like we kind of got close. I remember him used to bust my ass at open gym. And it'd always be like, he would like, I would be there. I remember a few times in the corner, contest a shot, and like he'd knock it down, smack you on the butt when you was running back. Hey, next time. Like that's what he used to tell you. Like he just run his mouth like that. And then like he was so much smarter, because again, when you play at the collegiate level for a long time, when you're going against a high school kid that's not there yet, you can anticipate what that kid's going to do even before they do. So he would just beat me to spots.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, that's not going to work. Nope, can't do that. Like, and he'd be saying that as you're going, oh man, it used to be so frustrating, but I loved that it would happen, because I had to go back home. I go work on some stuff. Like, damn, like, he was there before I even knew I was trying to get there. And then he just lock you up and then force you to go different ways and stuff. So just from a basketball standpoint, like those are my first couple of possessions. I mean, like first couple of instances, meeting him and things like that. Now you fast forward to when I can't remember if this is my junior year or my senior year in high school, but we're at the state tournament, and we're actually playing at the Roll Activity Center. So he's there, and Adris is there, and there's a couple other guys from like the team that were there watching the game. I think we played Dysart, and we ended up winning. We kind of ran away with it in like the second half, and like we won the game. So afterwards, talking, of course, and first couple of things there too, which again, I didn't tell you this earlier. First couple of things were, first thing he said was, you only got 5 boards? That's the first thing he said. I'm like, damn. I was just like, man, we won the game. Like, it just, 5 boards. That's, like, that's what it was. But again, that wasn't him so much talking shit as it was so much as him just kind of like, come on, bro, you better than that. Right. You know what I mean? Like, but like, you knew that that's what he meant when he said that there. So it's kind of one of those ones like, okay, no, I got you next game. Like, don't worry about it. And then I remember him pressing me, because he asked me about what my number meant to him. So for those that are out there, so Kevin Garnett wears number 21. I didn't think I could wear 21 because Kevin Garnett wore that. So I was like, well, I got to get a different number. So I wore 20. So ever since I was in junior high school, like that was my number, right?
Yeah.
So 20 was always my number. And he pressed me on it, and he asked me, he was like, hey, what does that number mean to you? And I'm looking at him like, what you mean what it means to me? It's 20. That's my number. Like, it's just not really knowing how to explain, explain it. And he was just like, well, that's my number, right? I'm like, well, that's my number. He's like, no, that's my number. And so we're kind of arguing in front of agents about whose number that it was.
You better come correct.
Yeah, just like, he's like, man, you better listen. If you want to have it, then you better have an explanation for it there, because if not, then this ain't gonna work, right? So he said that 20, and I'll never forget it. He said that 20 means second to none. That means there might only be one other person out there like you. That's it.
Right.
You ain't gonna find them. So you got to keep continuing to work until you get to that person. And I just remember that shit just kind of blowing my mind. Like, damn, second to none. Like, never even thought that that's what, just never thought about it. It's just like, just like a number. And then so like later on, I kind of like that's what I started to think about like all the time there when I was thinking about my number, and then like what like that would mean to me and stuff. And so that, and then I kind of, and then yeah, basically like like that's kind of how like that started about like what that number meant to you. And so like I've shared that with Aylin before, because Aylin, has like worn 24. I'm like, well, you know what that means?
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah,
right.
so like you gonna put that on, like, like know exactly what that means, and like that you're not just putting that on because of that. But I mean, man, like that's, just thinking about that right now and thinking about where he's at and stuff or whatever, like that's a whole bunch of emotions, man. Like that's again, like, his son is over there Boston playing, and then he used to, and this was back in the day when we used to have to work the basketball camps. You remember during the summertime we had to work the basketball camps. I believe like if I remember correctly, he used to bring his daughters down there too. He had some daughters that could hoop, and they were and like he was just always like, you would like see him, he was just always just so happy to kind of see his kids doing stuff. They always had a smile. Everything was always positive, even if they like made mistakes. He was always, that was like the first time that I kind of like seen somebody who's not that much older than us, right? You know what I mean? Like have a kid, but then be able to have the impact that he did on them and stuff or whatever. And that's just, man, that's just tough, man. That's tough.
Yeah. I can't, I mean, there was times I remember, you making that adjustment to the D1 game. I came from JUCO with all these thoughts and aspirations, right? You come in as a JUCO, you think you're a top JUCO recruit, and then you get to D1 and then you get smacked in the face, right? And you start having them secondary thoughts of like questioning yourself, like, what am I doing, right? And so I remember having conversations. I remember one time we was out at Collins, you know the spot. And,
shout out Collins.
Having a few cold ones, and he was like, "What's up, man?" And I was like, "I'm frustrated. Like I don't have no confidence. Like coach is always on me." And I remember him saying, like, he's like, "Yo, here's the thing." He's like, all that matters. Like you got to fight through that on your own. But here's the thing you need to remember. He goes, when you put on that jersey with these guys, like we are brothers. And so it's bigger than you. Like,
right.
So, and I it was one of those things that got me through it. And I had this conversation with a few other guys on the team, Corey and big brother Billy. But I just remember him saying, he's like, whatever your job is, you better do that well, because it's about the team. And so it was one of those conversations that helped me, like, hey, I may not be scoring, I may not be playing as much as I want to, but like I had a job. He was, and my job was to lock people up. So he was like, you got to take that seriously and do your job.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's like, you don't even need to score on this team. Look at the people you got around. You got a 7-footer, you got Ross, like, and he's like, don't worry about that. And don't worry about, like, if you ain't making shots, like, dude, just do your job. And so I'll never forget that, man, because like that helped me through that junior year. And I was just I locked into just playing for my brothers. And maybe I didn't have the individual success that I want to, but we were successful as a team.
And at the end of the day, man, come on. At the
end of the day, you got us.
You guys won Big Sky that year. Right. You guys got to the tournament. You guys Hall of Fame. I mean, shit. It's like, come on now. I mean, it's just like at the end of the day, like, we're just I mean, we didn't, we didn't have the same success as you guys had, but I mean, as far as like the brotherhood part and the fighting, like I know that it was because of them was the reason why that I played the way that I, had to play out there. Again, just like I thought coming in my freshman year, oh shoot, just like I'm about to come in here and do it. And then you got to learn, like it's not as easy, easy as you thought that it was going to be there too, because it was when you like get to college, it's one of those ones where it's like everybody that's on that team was the dude at their school. Right. Everybody was that guy, right? You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, so now you got 12, 13 guys that all think that they're the guy, but you only got one ball. So it's like, how soon are you going to adjust to how we need you to play for the team and not how you think you need to play for yourself? And that was a hard one, especially that freshman year, trying to learn. Like I barely played my freshman year. I learned a lot because Matt Gephardt, who was an all-conference guy, where he used to bust my ass every day at practice.
Yep.
Shout out, no, I'm serious. Shout out
Yep.
Matt Gephardt, because it's like, because after he left, then it like I really found out and learned about how it was going to be to have to like play at that collegiate level there. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, just the little things. Like, I mean, I remember us having to do just kind of like one-on-one battles, and he would just get me off the easiest shit. He jab step, shot fake me to death or whatever. And it's just like, if you bit on any of them, then it was a wrap. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you had to be so sound when you had to play against guys like that, because they were just so much smarter than I was. I was athletic, and I thought I could make up with that, but it didn't matter. Like, if they got to step on me, because all that means is that they're either going to get to the basket, or I'm going to foul them, or somebody else is going to have to help out now in the game. Now the coach think I can't guard. So it's just like, man, it just, but I learned so much, like, like that freshman year. And then it was like, after that sophomore, junior, senior, it was just like, I mean, again, just like you said, like there were times, especially like after I broke my foot my junior year and my senior year. And like right before the season, then there were times like, man, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Like, can I even still play like I want to? You know what I mean? Like, do all that. And then like you look at Ferg, you look at Kelly Golub, you look at Kyle, you look at Hayes, you look at those guys, you were just like, those are the dudes I'm doing it for. You know what I mean? Like, and it was like, once you learn to sacrifice that, which is hard, because everybody want to go out there and like they want to hoop, and like I get it, because I mean, some of my best games, I didn't score a bucket. But they put me on their best guy because I had to play defense like you did. You know what I mean? I had like, like they put me in there to be athletic and, slash in there and find other guys, because shit, when you're playing with dudes that can shoot the ball better than you, basically. I mean, that's what it is. It's like, who's the coach going to go with? Are they going to go with you, or they're going to go with the guy that, is going to be a knockdown dude? Like, you remember the motto? The motto was recruit to shoot.
Recruit to shoot.
And I thought I shot, but then you get in there and then you realize, oh, damn, I don't shoot like I thought I did. Like, oh, man. I mean, I can try to shoot, but these guys Ross Land was a dagger. Corey Schwab was a dagger. Gephardt was a dagger. I mean, Cody Yazzie. I mean, all these guys, like, it's just like you put them there in like the corner, and then like we played with Golub, and Golub was, I think he might be NAU all-time leading scorer, which is crazy. I mean, like, we played with a dude that, like, if you left him open and just gave him just a little bit of daylight, that shit was going down.
Right.
Like, it was going down. Like, there was nothing that you were going to do about it, and but again, just being able to. That's what it was like to be a part of a brotherhood. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then it started though too, right? Because McNair preached that to you. And then I remember you were always on me about like, hey, stop trying to go out there and trying to do that stuff. Control the things that you can control. Go add value. Tim used to always tell me that shit. Go add value. Again, it was just like a passing down. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the same message that McNair was giving to you, you were giving it to me. And it was just like, and like made it way more about what it should be. You know what I mean? Right. But if you think about it, like you coaching and how I coach, we coach very similar when it comes to that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We make it about the team and like the guys and like the journey, and not so much about the individual successes and accolades or whatever and shit. I mean, now that we're talking about it, shit, man, McNair had so much to do with that. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, just like when we talk about it now, you're like, oh shit, like if you can point when that stuff was going to happen, like that's when it happened.
The brotherhood was real, man. It still is real. I know. I mean, like I said, I know all of us are hurt, and it was cool. It was cool. One of the good things about a bad situation sometimes is that you find ways to connect with everybody, and so we was all on a group phone call, and we're talking about catching up, and you get to see some of the guys because life happens, man. Like you got your own stuff going on. We all got kids, and we're doing our own thing, and we don't see each other enough. We don't talk enough. You know what I mean? And so it was just nice to get them on the phone and see their faces, and it was awesome. I mean, it was one of those things like, again, like Coach Dixon was on there, and I don't think Coach Dixon wasn't around. He wasn't even around. He had left when I got there to go with Howland and Pitt. But
Jamie Dixon was?
Yeah. And so the head coach of TCU, right? And so
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good to see him and talk to him, because I talked to him was it 2 summers ago when me and Mike first reconnected, and because at that point Mike wasn't doing so great, and I let him know. But fast forward where we are in this situation now. and Coach Dixon was able to get a hold of the coach at Boston U, and they was able to coordinate getting Mike Jr. home. So I mean, like, it's important stuff. You want your family around, and so yeah, man, it's just tough, but I felt it appropriate to hit that to talk about Mike and it just. And I don't want to talk like he's gone, because he's not gone. He's in a tough spot, and so we both are wishing him the best, and we love him to death, and so I just think and it's one of those things, like you say, like us coaching now, it's the things that we try to pass along, and I don't know, in this day and age with kids, it's with the social media, and everybody wants their clips and all that stuff. And I'm constantly coaching and teaching and preaching, be better for your team. Do your job for your team. Because especially at the high school level, these kids they take it for granted, man. They do. Yeah,
they do.
You and I know, like, and we were lucky to play on some pretty, decently successful college teams. But like, it starts when you're in high school, man, and like some of your high school teammates, like they're your friends for life. Like, I could call a high school teammate right now, you know what I mean? Like, and I wish kids these days wouldn't take that experience and the camaraderie, and even for those who are going to play the next level, that are lucky enough to play the next level, to value that, to value what it means to be a part of something like that, a team that not a lot of people get to do, and so I wish more kids would value that experience, and just really invest themselves in their team
and be able to kind of just like lose themselves sometimes in it there too, because there's, again, I mean, like with every team that you're a part of, right, there's a certain journey that comes with it. And not every journey is the same journey, but it's a journey nonetheless. And there's things that you can learn from it, and there's things that you can get out of it there too, right? You don't got no, not right now, go. It's fine, not right now. But I'm hungry. It's just fine.
Hey,
now she gonna go cry. Here it goes. Watch.
See?
Don't start crying right now. We don't got no time for that.
This is that live podcast. This is what happens.
This is what happens. They out here. They wild. They wild. But it's like, but like with every team, though, like they've got it. Each one has a journey there. You know what I mean? Like you just, I can go back to like freshman year in high school, just like thinking about games that like we won and how fun it was to be a part of that. But then also like thinking about the ones that we lost, like in high school, like my freshman year, I can't say that I was really close to a lot of the kids that were on that team there, right? Like I was a freshman, everybody else was juniors and seniors. So they had already been there for a while. I'm trying to come in there and trying to establish myself and try to play and stuff and everything. And so it was a lot tougher that first year. You know what I mean? Then it's like, as you get older and stuff, you realize that it wasn't so much anything about you did, but it was like they kind of had their group. You know what I mean? They had guys that they were already a part of journeys with for like a long time, and then now you're bringing on this 14-year-old freshman that at the time my mom got me wearing them rec specs, and I guess she got my mom, bro. She had me wearing rec specs, bro, and a mouthpiece and knee pads, bro. Like I looked every part of like that old ass Jim Hooper, like at the line. Like, I mean, every part, because she's like, you ain't getting your eyes poked out, you're not getting your teeth knocked out. I'm like, Mom, but you making me look so just like
out there looking like a black Kurt Rambis.
For real. So she just had me like, I'm over here looking like a young Kareem, bro, with just a Bill Cartwright shot at the time there, bro. Like it was just I had so much stuff I had to fix. But but it was like that was the beginning of it there, right? And then it's like as you get older, each year you had different journeys there, and then like it all started with the first day of practice and about like how like it was gonna go. Like I remember my sophomore year in high school, us just being just kind of average the whole entire year. I mean, like mediocre the whole entire year. Then we got to the regional playoffs, and I think that we were the 6th seed. And in order for us to even get to state, we had to finish top 3, but that meant that we had to win 3 games in a row, right? So we played Holbrook at home, and then we beat them. Then we had to go on the road to Round Valley, which was, have you ever been to Round Round Valley to go play?
Not a great place, bro.
No, it's not a great place. No, it's not. And we're not gonna talk about why. But that's a whole nother different one. Yeah, but
and if you listening Round Valley, look, no disrespect. It's just not for me.
Yeah, just no disrespect. That place was not for me. It's just like, no, just y'all had y'all section and y'all was your way, but that was not a place that I'm trying to go to again ever. So just so we went there and then we came home and then we beat Snowflake. So we had to win 3 games against 3 of the higher seeded teams just to even get there. But I just remember, and then we ended up kind of rolling into it. We got to the regional championship game. We lost to Altusay in the championship, but then we rolled in the state tournament all the way until and then we messed around and got to the Final Four. And we were a team that was we were bad that year. We were not. Well, I shouldn't say bad. We weren't very consistent because the whole year, to me, when I have time to look and think about it now, there was no buy-in.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we had selective buy-in from guys. It was never it was never it was never a team. You know what I'm saying? Never a team. So we kind of stumbled in just because we had some guys that decided to make some plays at the right time. But again, nonetheless, it was still a journey that you can still remember. You know what I mean? And but just kind of thinking about that, every year has a journey, and it's about what you learn from those journeys and those guys, because now, again, just like you said, you can pick up a phone and you can call some of your high school buddies or whatever. I'm not as close to everybody in high school that I probably should be, you know what I mean? We should, but we're not. But the few that I do get a chance to talk to and stuff, if we ever get a chance to go down memory lane and kind of think about that, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's about being able to have those memories of a time in your life when things weren't as serious. You know what I'm saying? When you just all you had to do was hoop. Shit, it's that was it. You ain't talking about kids, we ain't talking about bills, we ain't talking about this and that. It's man, all you gotta do is just enjoy life.
Basketball and girls, bro.
That's the man I'm trying to tell. Yeah, so much easier of a life then. So much easier then.
Yep.
So much easier then. But yeah, man, it just makes you kind of like what you said there too, you guys being able to get on that call and just being able to talk and stuff. I can just imagine the emotions that were there, but then at the same time about how just how not cool of a moment, cool is the wrong word, but just how great of a moment that it is that you still got everybody there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're all there for the same reason. And obviously there's so much love for McNair because then how quickly it was that you guys were able to kind of get together and stuff or whatever. Yeah. We're talking guys that are, I don't know what everybody else is doing now, but when you hear that somebody's down, all of a sudden you drop everything and man, hold up, wait, what? You know what I mean? That goes back to the brotherhood that you're talking about. And man, that's
why it be pissing me off. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to sound high and mighty, but Duke brands itself as the brotherhood. I'm right. We were the original brotherhood. Get out of here with that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like Duke anyway, so whatever.
Right.
But that's beside the point.
Right. But still, point.
It's important to us, and so we all got our lives, but like you said, we all come back together when we be.
No, and that's just kind of just again, when we're talking about losses and kind of things like that, you did say earlier that the beautiful thing is that it does bring people together, even though that you'd like it to be maybe not under those circumstances there, right?
Absolutely.
You'd like to be able to just pick up the phone and then just shoot out a text man, was you know what I mean? And just kind of do that there, right? Yeah. And again, life gets in the way, you just get busy with shit. And it's just when you think about it, and again, I'm so damn guilty of this there too, because
we all are.
I think that we all are. It's it's the last prior to the last 2 years or whatever, is it was 6 years in a row, somebody from my family had passed away. Right. So it was my brother Martin passed away, and then my grandfather on my dad's side passed away. My brother passed away, my mom passed away, then then my grandma and grandpa passed away on my mom's side. It was just it just kept feeling like it was hit after hit after hit. It's just damn, it's just almost even to the point there too where one, I had to get into counseling about that, because it just my mind was it just wasn't a good place. I got to the point where it's just I was so damn paranoid. Should I honestly real talk? I thought I was next.
Right.
You know what I mean? you have so many people pass in your family and such such quick time. And I mean, like they were just here and then now they're past, and you're just kind of like, well, shit, am I like, is it me? And then you're all paranoid because I got 4 kids.
Right.
And Lex's behind, and I got people behind that are counting on me, and like, you know, and it's just like, you know, and then that shit just weighs on you or whatever. And then there's times where like I can't sleep at night because it's like, I'm like, well, no, I'm just, you know, I get up and I'll watch my kids sleep and I'll do something. And again, I'm saying a whole bunch of stuff, but it's just like, you know, when death hits you like that, it opens your eyes up to almost everything else that's out there, right? You know what I mean? And it's like the one thing that we kept talking about at the funerals, which was, it got to be shitty because it was like my family was so close, and it's like you just keep having members just kind of like pass away or whatever. And it's like you just keep watching your family just keep getting smaller and smaller. Like as the years are going by, you're just like, damn, like you know, it wasn't like a good feeling. But one thing that we'd always say is that, you know, like we got to stop meeting at these times. You know what I'm saying? Like
value your time better.
We can't keep getting together during funerals and shit or whatever. Like we just can't do that. So it was really cool. Like, you know, earlier in like October, I don't even know if like you were aware of this or not, but it was like, when we were down there for Stephanie's Hall of Fame thing, like that's like the first positive family thing that we had done in like years together, right? Because it just had been so much death and everything, and you know, and October was always a hard month because my brother Martin passed away, my mom passed away, my brother Shane passed away, like they all passed away, and the birthdays are all in October. So October is just a shitty month just to begin with, just because of that, you know what I mean? And then so to be able to celebrate or have something different to look forward to that was in positive. And so Stephanie was there, my Aunt Janice was there, and Trevor was there, and then we got a chance to see you guys, and we got a chance to like see Lavelle, and like we made a family thing out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just like, and it's like those are the moments that, you know, I mean, like we can laugh about how nutty I was when I was out there, we was doing that, but it was just but it was like, that's what you.
That's the memories you want.
That's the memories, yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's what you want, and so it's just like you don't want it to keep being this way. So, I mean, like, you know, to all the guys that are out there, like all the brotherhoods there too, like, you know, NAU, like all those guys, like I'm just as guilty. And you know what? Shit, I like I know as soon as we get off the phone, I'm gonna pick up the phone, I'm gonna text everybody that I know, I'm like, hey, just want to let you know I love you, and just, you know what I mean? Just because shit, man, you never know. You just don't know. You know what I mean? Like you don't know when like that day is gonna come. So you just gotta just keep trying to be as positive as you can. And oh shit, man, this was just tough. This was just my mind is fucking going. Sorry, my mind is going. My mind is sorry. Let me drop the F word. Sorry. My mind is just going everywhere right now. Like it just it's
we just gotta, like you said, we gotta, you know, live each day and try to be better and give back and pass on lessons and in that, you know, enjoy each other. So that's what hopefully we all try to do going forward.
Right.
Yeah, Big Brother Mike, we think about you, and yeah, man, we all here for you, and we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep doing the things that you was doing, you know, for us. So
preaching to us, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, you know, I didn't really plan much else. You know, I know we're gonna hopefully get together with the holidays. I guess, how was your holiday? Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I mean, you know, it was, you know, we did was just ate and, you know, sipped a little bit and ate and sipped a little bit more, you know. I mean, so that was, you know, that was nice. Why, you know, watching as much basketball as I was able to watch was good.
Yeah.
Florida Atlantic is pretty good.
They pretty nice.
FAU is pretty good. Yeah, that is one thing that I found out this weekend, that they're pretty damn good. Texas A&M is still good. You know, it's just like we're not going to talk about the Michigan and Ohio State. We're going to wait for Friday.
We're not going to talk about it.
We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it at all. That's fine.
But you know what? I'm glad you brought it up because, you know, the game is the game. We lost. Whatever. Let's just say
right.
And honestly, like, so the game ends. I got to take Amari to work. He's like in a state of depression. I'm in a state of depression. And then I come home and I'm watching the Auburn Alabama game. And I honestly thought like, you know, we had it bad. And then you watch the ending of the Auburn Alabama game.
Yes. Hey,
these jackasses, bro. What are they doing, bro? What are we doing?
That Auburn, I mean, they had it. They had that game.
Oh my gosh! Like
Penalties at the end are just like, oh man, that's.
And then you put everybody back. How is one dude open
and you got everybody back?
The DB standing right next to him, like he's invisible. Like
right, and he's doing right, yeah. Right.
Like, what are you doing, my guy? Oh my gosh!
Right.
So, hey, I know we had it bad, us Buckeyes, but Auburn, boy, like, woo! I don't know who had it worse. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, there was some. I mean, honestly, it was like you said, it was a lot of good basketball. That Maui Invitational was crazy. That's probably the best field, best tournament they've ever had.
Hey, who won that one? Who won that one?
Purdue.
Who they beat?
They ended up beating. Oh my gosh, was
it Arizona?
Marquette. They lost. They beat Marquette.
Oh, Marquette.
Yeah,
okay.
Marquette is Marquette is. But there's some good teams out there, like you say, Florida Atlantic, Marquette, Purdue. Arizona,
there's gonna be some.
It's just crazy because all these like this year of what they call Feast Week and all that, like the games that we saw all could have been like, like these are first, second round, third, like Sweet 16
easy
games.
Right? Those are easy Sweet 16, Elite 8 matchups, easy, and you're seeing them hella early, like just it's nuts.
So. It's good. It was good. So hopefully, we're gonna cut this short. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna hopefully get together Friday. Friday, you good?
Yeah, Friday work.
All right. So we're gonna get back to Friday. Hopefully have a more, upbeat podcast for y'all. But I appreciate everybody listening and understanding. Hopefully y'all got something from this conversation.
Right.
And like Garnett said, just value your loved ones and make sure you tell those people, those friends, those family that you love them and that don't let it be over a bad situation before you reach out and connect.
Right.
We'll get back to it on Friday. We'll talk about these picks, the last picks that we had. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna wait till Friday. Don't hey, I'm just
the look says it all. Just like
that Venmo you got, you ain't getting no deposits this week, my guy. So yeah, man. We'll get together on Friday and then we'll do it again, man. So good to see you, brother, as always.
Yes,
and we'll just do it again on Friday, man.
That's right.
All right. So everybody out there, we out. Peace.
Lulu's a safe harbor, man. Lulu's a place anybody can come in, kind of put the grace in the past.
Move is a place where progress is made, and that's what the word means, and that's what we're all about.
Move is a place where you can come get your mind right, your body right.
And it's just a great atmosphere to be in general.